And then we have the High Church, which is another interesting religion. High Church, who is a heresy, actually. High Church followers are lean heavily on older Christian traditions with a sense of ritual, more in line with the Catholicism than the Evangelists. And the Ursulines, these guys, they also have their own religion. Ursulines originated from the antediluvian religious order patronized by the Saint Ursula. Introduced to the Americas during the colonial era, their presence can be found wherever the French colonized. During and shortly after the Great Cataclysm, Quebecois Roman Catholics, unable to contact Old Rome, turned to the Ursuline in order for leadership. Since the Ursuline had served as Quebec's continuation of the antediluvian Catholicism, these followers of steadfast refused to recognize the American Pope in New Rome. So that is pretty much... Oh, I haven't done the occultists. Occultists, pagan, that makes sense. Occultist heathenry turns to esoteric and eldritch for worship, holding sacred obscene statues and practicing foul rituals. Cthulhu, Fatang, Reliech, etc., etc. Norse, the Norse pagans, they're vanilla Norse pagans. If you have the old gods, you can play as them. So in the meantime, let's focus on what we have. I think we've haven't missed out on anything, but let's go in towards our place to Duke Nicholas, who we are, Duke Nicholas of Delmirava. We are Americanists. We celebrate our gods, pretty much the gods. I have an heir who is a courtier who's there. I hope that I am going to... I have no idea how this works, by the way, if I am going to need something along the lines of a... if I need an heir from my same line or something along those lines. I would hope so. I'm quickly going to look around. All of these, obviously, as you can see, a lot of this stuff is very much a work in progress. Oh my god, it has an eagle. I love this. In Philadelphia. That is awesome. You have a sister. Can I marry your sister? I would hope so. I can. Good. That does not mean that I have a claim on it yet, but accidents do happen indeed. Let's pick an ambition. Let's quickly get the marriage What was that? Was that an ambition I'd never seen before? Well, that's pretty cool. Alright, so... Ooh, something has happened here. The White House has just formed. Washington, President Franklin in the White House. The ducal title of the White House. Well, that's pretty cool. It doesn't have any de jure titles, any de jure anything, so it looks like that this is a titular title only, which is pretty interesting. But what is this? Become president. Duke Nicholas wants to become president of the United States. Is president of the White House. Gain 500 prestige, 500 piety. That's clever. How does that work? Americanist pilgrimage. So I can go on a pilgrimage to somewhere. What happened to the atomists? Interesting. Well, let's have a summer fair. Maybe some interesting events are attached to this. Obviously, the entire continent has fallen into feudalism, so it may have caused some problems there. So let's take it up to speed 3 once again. This is a mod. It's not supported in any form or fashion by Paradox Interactive. It's just more of a case of, hey, there's these people that have done cool stuff with the things we made, and you know what? You can, if you're starting to get bored with some of the Crusader Kings 2 stuff, you can pretty much jump right in and start playing another mod. So let's. I invited the monkey trainer to the summer fair, blah blah. It's pretty standard. Then here's your money. I never want to see you again. It's pretty standard. Title lost and secession though, but we want the Kingdom of Columbia, but we're not the president. If we become the president, we will try to form the Kingdom of Columbia. I think that seems like a valid idea. So here's the technology stuff. It's all fairly. Oh, hello. This is new. The Liberation Wars. The great cities of America has fallen in the hands of un-American tyrants. The oppressors will not stop until they have destroyed every remaining bastion of freedom. Freedom needs to be the capital F. President Franklin, Iron Writ cannot allow this to happen, and he has issued the executive order requiring all able-bodied citizens to fight for the restoration of America. E pluribus unum. Very interesting. The jester, meanwhile, the jester is at the, at the summer fair. This means that we do have a American Liberation War for this territory. Oh my God. Why would you do that, President Franklin? You just went to war with one of the largest kingdoms here. How many levies did he have? See, he's got 6,000 troops. Can the White House levy that many troops? That is a real question. The White House. He can levy 1,100. This does not seem to be a good idea, President. I'm actually waiting for the expansion to go into South Dakota, where tribals are all around the heads of the president that are carved into the mountains, and that's like you have to go on a pilgrimage there. What are they called again? Oh, I feel so stupid now. They are called. I'm literally Googling heads of American presidents. North Dakota into mountain. Well, there's even a Google search for it. Mount Rushmore. I'm an idiot. But yeah, going on a pilgrimage to Mount Rushmore seems to be a good idea for this particular expansion. But yeah, Ben Franklin, what are you doing? This is not going to work. Dicherai is just not going to... Yeah, I know, chat. You're about a minute behind. I've already found it. Don't worry about it. I want to play Oil Empire of Alberta, everything that is not holy. Very interesting idea. Well, the mod creators are in the chat, and of course you can go over towards the forum at paradoxplaza.com. Into the mod forum, you need to make an account on the actual forum to get to the mod area. But it's definitely one of the interesting areas. And we will be actually doing this every week by looking at new mods on a weekly basis. Stuff that is interesting. Next week, for instance, we'll be looking at Shattered World, which is, of course, a very basic mod, but it's not nearly as expansive as this. But still, it's a very interesting thing to look at. Our wife is 26-year-old. She's got decent traits. She's also a drunkard, which should probably help with her fertility. Let's take a look here. Fertility 35%. That's not very good. Okay, my fertility is 35% as well. That's not the best in. Question, is this mod in the Steam Workshop? Not at the moment. We're working on that as... we would like to have it on Steam Workshop, let's put it that way. You can find out... it's currently being hosted on Mediafire. It's very easy to install, but being able to hit that subscribe button is definitely something that we want to be able to do. The main problem with Steam Workshop is the size of some of these mods. As I'm waiting for a child, an heir to my dynasty. As let's see if we can get a claim here on these guys. Can I? Ooh, I can actually. I have a de jure claim. Let's go to war. Let's expand our territory, shall we? And of course, considering I married the sibling of this guy, it means that I can immediately call him to arms to invade Pocomoke, which is that like Potomac or something along those lines? Is that supposed to be Potomac? I have no idea. How many levies can you raise? The question is asked. Well, right now, if you look at military, I have a max units, max total of 10,110. For vassals, it's very low, which is a bit of a shame. Meanwhile, the crusade is not going too well for President Franklin. He's slowly but steadily getting overrun by the Dietz, which is not working out too well for him. Let's take a look at the siege. Yeah, the siege is just fine. Paradox Streamer, check out your cultural units. You can create dragoons. Interesting. Our mercenaries are quite interesting as well. I got Bobby of the 7th Cavalry Regiment, which is pretty interesting. Thomas of the Talon Company. Sherm of Riley's Rangers, very creative. Hell's Angels, Anarchists. That's actually correct, River. Ooh, the Liberation War for Allegan. Washington, it seems, does not favor the civilized pagan faithful. After a string of defeats and setbacks, President Franklin has called off the Liberation War for Alleghania against Canich Abraham VII of Dichery. That's fine. That's fine. He'll just lose prestige. Let's take a look here at our levy. Or the army of Mayor Braxton. But yeah, as we will most likely do some more features on this mod in the future once it develops some further and further. And we're very much looking forward to create the kingdom of, well, obviously of Deseret, because that's, you know, that comes with the territory. And I'm quickly looking at something here. Yeah, of course. I want to be able to create Cascadia sooner or later as well. For those people that played a lot of Victoria 2, you know exactly what that is. So this total conversion does allow for a lot of very interesting things. I have no idea to when the timeline runs at the moment, by the way. So don't ask me that question. My research doesn't go that deep. I took a look at the GitHub and some of the event files, and there's some very interesting things in there. Let's put it that way. But our war is going fine here. Pocomac will be ours soon, and then our claim into Philadelphia will be pushed, as well as trying to take down here the Count Eugene of Jersey Shore. Of course. Why wouldn't it be Jersey Shore? The Lord Proprietor of New York, Manhattan. That's very interesting. So I'm going to guess that New York is in fact a republic, which it is. And there appears to be yet another republic down here. Crusader Kings. Well, this seems to be a leftover of the... there we go. Thanks for the peace. This seems to be a leftover of the original Crusader Kings. Obviously, this is a total conversion, so not everything can be perfect. I cannot declare war at the moment, which is a shame. Let's take a look here at President Franklin. He has 1,200 troops. Can I take Choptank? I can, and I will. For the greater glory. Crusade for Louisiana. His Holiness Pope Praised Be is worried about the state of the souls in the Kingdom of Louisiana. The heathens under King Louis of Louisiana. Of Louisiana have no hope for salvation and will suffer eternal fires unless they can be brought back and brought to Christ in this life. Any Christians are willing to offer complete absolutions of sins and in the armed mission against the voodoo barbarians. This is of no concern of ours, indeed. However, we will go to war with the president. Check out the head of vassals. Interesting. So there's patricians here, definitely. Patrician of Theovelt, patrician of Velcone, patrician Thornwain. Don't please say it ain't so. Okay, Thom of Wayne. At least he's not called Thomas. Let's put it that way. Lady Martha of Wayne. Really? Really? All right. All right. I can dig it. This total conversion seems to be rife with pop culture references. That's clever. Oh no, I can't invade because I don't have enough troops. This is frustrating. This is what I don't like. Alright, we'll just invade some other territories. Let's see if we can find President Roosevelt in the field. Oh, actually, what am I doing? I can just call my allies. And they will most likely come to help me out. Fight the president. Oh, you cannot, unfortunately not... Oh, come on. That is so uncool. But yeah, there's the Holy Colombian Confederacy. Of course, they have an X on their flag. What else would they have? And it does appear that in the 27th century, the South has indeed risen again. It only took them 600 years, but yeah. Is Detroit a wasteland in this mod? Well, There's Indianapolis. I have no idea where Detroit is supposed to be. I am so sorry.